we now move on to our first panel discussion of the day. And the topic of the discussion would be community building, why and how of it. And to start up this panel, I would like to request Mr. Kulpreet Ahuja to join us on stage as being the moderator of this discussion. Mr. Kulpreet Ahuja is co-founder of Entrepreneurs Media, a media platform that focuses on startups, aspiring entrepreneurs, and small and medium-sized business owners. The platform publishes stories of startups and their entrepreneurial journey. Also organize pitching events, conferences, exhibitions, award shows, knowledge sharing, and business networking events. A serial entrepreneur with 25 plus years of extensive hands-on experience in the fields of IT, web technologies, B2B corporate events, trade shows, brand building, business development, etc., catering to all the clients over the globe. Welcome, Mr. Ahuja, on the stage. And as the speakers of the panel, I would like to invite on stage Dr. Munish Jindal from MENTORx and Hover Robotics, founder and CEO at Hover Robotics, and founding president of MENTORx, mentor of change at Niti Aayog, a TEDx speaker, and a robostonaut. I like the term that he uses for himself. He's conferred with the highest civilian honor, Karmveer Chakra by United Nations, and is the Noble Asian of the Year 2018, the man who followed his dreams. He is the one who launched the concept of hoverboards, autoboards, and mobility robots in India. Being the pioneer with over more than 600 awards under the hood, Hover Robotics is the #1 brand in India and featured among the top 5 in the world. Dr. Jindal holds MBA from University of Technology, Sydney, Australia, and PhD in Artificial Intelligence and Robotics from USA, and at the moment is running the largest ecosystem in the world. Welcome, sir. Next, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Sourabh Goyal from SuccessBrew, founder of SuccessBrew, a community builder who enables business growth with kick-ass strategies. With 20,000 plus network connections and 40 million plus content views, Sourabh helps D2C, Web3 startups, and MSME in brand and marketing strategy, LinkedIn training, influencer marketing, community building, and email marketing, which has 98% inbox landing ratio. Mr. Sourabh Goyal. He shall be joining us soon. Next, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Manas Pal, co-founder at PedalStart, a company who believes in building entrepreneurs by the guidance of some multi-domain vertical experts. A marketing professional with the former experiences in companies like Wheels Eye, Fella Homes, Flat Hood, and Shuttle. Mr. Manas Pal, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, sir. Next, I would like to invite on stage Ms. Shruti Agarwal from D2C Insider, heading community and partnerships at Go Global, and also a founding member of the D2C Insider community, specialized in e-commerce technology, business consulting, ecosystem management, catalog management, online marketing, fulfillment and logistics, customer service, marketplace management, omni-channel solutions, and cross-border trading and community building. And the list goes on and on for her. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for all the panelists here on the stage. The stage is all yours, sir.
Wow. So they are offering me the dais itself. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kulpreet. First of all, I really want to give kudos to Entrepreneurs Media. So for making this possible, the Startup Summit 2022, as they are the biggest community builders, these two gems, one is standing next to me, Mr. Kulpreet Ahuja, as well as Mr. Ankur Sarin, bringing entrepreneurs, corporates, the budding startups, youth together. This is what the real community building is. We're gonna have this session on community building itself. So this is the real life example. Why do we need community? For this, where mentors, mentees, corporates, entrepreneurs, startups, they come together. So one side is they have something to offer. They have a platter, they're holding a platter, they can give something. The other side is who wants something, who needs. So we have to make them grow. We cannot grow if the people around us are not growing. We have to set an example, and wherever today we are, this is cause somewhere somewhat something has been done for us, somewhere would have done, and we have already consumed the resources of the universe, so it is our time to pay back. So the ones who can give, please give it unconditionally. Let's make others rise. So ones who need, please come forward without any hesitation or any hitch and ask for it. You have to, knock the door, make it open. Not opening, knock the another one, knock the another one. If still not opening, create your own door. Or be the daya of that CID. Darwaza tod do. Right? So this is how we're going to kickstart, and a wonderful congratulations for such power-packed show. So let's have a huge round of applause. All your energies, since morning that you have inside you, let's take it out. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kulpreet Ahuja, co-founder of Entrepreneurs Media, and first of all, I would like to thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot for being a part of this startup summit, and due to all of you, this has been possible for us to get to this stage and really make it possible. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Now, let's start about the community building chapter, this thing. So I would like to understand from, as Dr. Jindal has already told us about the community building, I would like to ask you, Manas. Manas Pal is the co-founder of the PedalStart community. And I would like to hear from you, Manas, what do you think about this community building? What are your views on this? Like on a broader perspective, what is a community as per you? Please.
So far our understanding, since we are operational from last 2.5 years in this ecosystem, and we are building Startup Founders Community platform itself. So we interact with a lot of founders who are at an ideation stage, a lot of founders who are at a POC and MVP stage. The current ecosystem in India is actually booming, and nowadays people are open to help others and they love to explore new synergies. This is the best part we are seeing even in our community. So founders are more excited to connect with mentors over other founders, to be honest. So this is the basic trend which we see in the past years, but now the trend is changing. Founders are more excited to connect with other founders, other fellow founders who are maybe they're at their own stage, maybe they're in their some late stage startups, so that they can learn from others' mistakes, they can learn from others' success, they can learn from others' experiences. And to be honest, nowadays people understand the difference between gyan and experience. So they know how to filter out their experience, which we want to take, and they want to implement in their own ideas and to move them ahead in their own journey. So far, our understanding with communities are very strong, to be honest, and the way people are changing. So we are a community of 1,000+ founders in India who are really passionate and building something which is very exciting. And when we connect with them, they just want, like, we need to have a lot of such events where we can interact with other fellow founders, and if it is possible, with mentors. But majority time they would love to spend with other founders, to be honest. And they are exploring a lot of synergies where they are figuring out potential co-founders, co-team members, and somewhere they are materializing their events, which is the most important part we have seen in the past few months even. We also do conduct couple of events, and we understand, like, this event, what it take for a lot of founders. And I think it's really very well event. So when me and Aditya just joined this event, we thought, like, wow, it's a काफी decent scale पे हो रहा है. It's just now on us, like, how we can materialize couple of things from here, and we can interact with as many as founders as possible. My one suggestion: just be open, ask what you need, and be clear with that. That's it. I think a lot of people are happy to help you. I think.
Thank you, Manas. Those were valuable comments from Manas. And now we have the next panelist, Shruti Agarwal. We all know her from D2C Insider. Shruti, please tell your views about the community and how do you think that community is useful for today's startup ecosystem, please.
I think community is what you want to drive. Every community is different. When you ask a brand, they want to connect with their customers. When you ask enablers, they want to hear their brand story. And it's like when you're building a community, obviously there are more giving than taking, and the expectations and everything is something you have to keep low so that you end up giving your 100%. Community is also something which cannot be driven by employees. It should be driven by the founders, or because it is something which is close to your heart. Unless it is not close to your heart or you are not passionate to drive that, you won't be able to build an authentic community. That's what I believe. I think in D2C Insider, what we did is there was no platform like 4 or 5 years back. Every platform is actually talking about omni-channel, offline, etc. But there was no one who's literally helping these online brands whose survival is only on online orders. And people were talking about omni, etc. But what about cracking Amazon or probably your own site on Shopify? So, I mean, we are three founders, and we thought let's build a platform where we also know because we've come from agency businesses. So we thought let's build this community where all the founders are there and we can help each other to grow this and build this strong ecosystem. We didn't realize because after 1 year, we were just building, adding people, and people were adding people because they thought it's their community, and it's still the same. Every member in the community is actually the community owner. There is no owner of the community. So it's like, then COVID hit, and there are a lot of issues, state level, business side. And what we had seen, which I think I myself has not seen in my 16 years of career, is those D2C brands were actually helping other D2C brands. So if there is the problem in terms of marketing, they were actually supporting and sharing their resources. They were even sharing their commercials, everything. And that's what we saw during COVID. So I think that is something which was an eye-opener for us also as admins, to see that the power of community is something which can actually build an ecosystem which was not even available earlier. Like D2C word was not available 4 or 5 years back. It's a trending word right now which everyone is using. But from where that word has come from, it's because of the brands. And I think that's my belief in community building. If you see, there's this brand called Suta who's building an amazing community on Facebook. And what they do, they their customers actually share the packaging, the experience, the product, how they feel about the product. And they're building a very different level of community. They're literally, getting the messages from their customer, which they're posting, which they're promoting. And that's where they have a community of 10,000 women on Facebook. And they are the first people in India who's got Instagram account from Meta. So, community building can actually take you to a very different level. If you literally open to listen what others are saying, open for feedback, don't get offended, don't get defended, and take other feedbacks very seriously. That's what it's all about.
Thank you so much, Shruti, letting us know how much power our community is having and enlightening us with your views. And yeah, you want to speak?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to speak, okay. Now, last but not the least, the community superman Sourabh Goyal is with us, and let us hear from him. What do you think, Sourabh? What are your views on the community and on a broader perspective?
So, in a very single line, I think it's people on a common mission with common problems coming together to solve it together. So that's what I think of community, because अगर directions अलग अलग हैं तो साथ में नहीं चल सकते. डायरेक्शन सेम होगा तो प्रॉब्लम सेम होंगी, उसमें कोई लोग आगे हैं कोई पीछे हैं, आगे वाले लोग पीछे वालों को डायरेक्शन दे सकते हैं, एंड दैट्स व्हाट इज अ कम्युनिटी फॉर मी, एंड इट इज सेल्फलेस. सो अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स इन द बिजनेस वर्ल्ड वी टॉक अबाउट अ लॉट ऑफ KPIs, रेवेन्यू कितना हुआ, सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट्स अ यूजर बेस फॉर मी. वो कंपनी हो गया, बिजनेस हो गया. एज अ कम्युनिटी आई थिंक इट्स मोर ऑफ अ सेल्फलेस ड्रिवन इनिशिएटिव बाय कॉमन पीपल कमिंग टुगेदर.
Thank you, Saurabh. Really, thank you for enlightening us. And now, Dr. Munish, I would like to know, what is your vision about your community? Like the community that you are building, what is your vision about it?
So see, being the founding president of MENTORx, and I'm glad that my co-founder Dr. Nancy is also here with us. So when this MENTORx came into picture, it was more like to help others. This was the we were just having coffee together in a cafe, and this we envisioned that we have reached some stage in our life. I have another 9 companies. We're into coal mines, we're into textile, we're into chemicals, we're into real estate, right? Those are conventional businesses. But then, as Saurabh said, as Shruti said, as Manas said, that today in 21st century, when in Industry 4.0, things are changing. One, things are getting very fast paced, right? Two, youth is very energetic and very passionate. Three, they want quick results. But there is nothing called quick results. This is what even I said in the interview outside, that any idea if you have, if you're willing to give 3 years of your blood and sweat to it, trust me, be it any idea, it's going to be successful. That's the key to any idea you have. You have to give your blood and sweat for 3 years to it. So the community we built, it was the vision to help the youth, whatever ideas they have. First, what happens is youth, they have the idea. There is no one to validate their idea. We really have to help them. Second is, even if the idea validation is done, they keep on waiting for the funding. This is what I ask them, that if you have a wonderful idea, if you're confident about it, why don't you invest into your own idea? Reason being, if you come to me, you asking me, sir, invest in my idea, the first question I'm going to ask is, are you invested? If you're not invested into your own idea, why should I be investing? So this was more towards mentoring them. Then creating an ecosystem of incubators, accelerators, as well as the venture capitalists. We have already done 3 or 4 rounds of real world Shark Tanks, and we are proud to be part of Entrepreneurs Media. The way we are doing the pitching here, live pitching in front of investors, this is what. So this is how MENTORx created itself, and we started from India. As of now, we are present in 65 countries with a strong direct community of 50,000 people, and our target is to be present in each and every country. So doesn't matter, we are going to create very thin lines across the borders. Rather, we are working that these boundaries fade away and this entire world becomes one global village, whereby doesn't matter what your nationality is, doesn't matter what your demography is, what your geography is, where you come from, we are one together, and we are cross sharing the problems, as Saurabh rightly said, that it is one problem with the common vision. So why don't we all work together towards common vision, help each other grow, and solve the problems across the world that we are facing. Any given problem in the world is the next unicorn or a next datacon idea that if you want to work at. So what my ask today to each one of you is, if the people who are at a stature that they can offer something, I really request you today that you won't be sitting at your tables, you won't be waiting for someone to approach you, you would go out of the way. If you're seeing a young lad, please connect with him or her, that yes, I'm so and so. Doesn't matter if you're CEO, I'm CEO of 9 companies. Right? I go out, I just connect with people, and we never know what kind of value or synergy they're gonna bring. Trust me, I'm doing this from so many years, and people are coming, those youngsters also, they certain times they connect you at a place that brings huge value to you. So this is what needs to be done. Certain times we are in a notion, or we are sitting, yes, that people will come and connect. We are open. We are open that we are sitting at a table, someone connects, yes, whatever knowledge I have, whatever experience I have, or I'm willing to open the network. What we really need to go out, certain times these youngsters, they are shy away, looking at our stature, looking at where we are, right? So this is the real community building, and that is what the role of MENTORx is. Connecting people with people to educate, to empower, to elevate. You need any kind of skill set, we are there for you. You need to go to next level, we are there for you. You want to get elevated, we are there for you. There for you in the means, it is network behind us, network of you, entrepreneurs media, Kulpreet Ahuja, Ankur Sarin, Gaurav Gupta ji is here, he's a dear friend and he's doing too much of work in all sorts of arenas, right? So this way, if today you ask me in Delhi itself, if I have to get some work done, I can just text Ankur, I can just text Gaurav ji. Things would get done just on a single WhatsApp text. Imagine the kind of power this network or the community commands. Or now if I have met these wonderful gentlemen, Shruti ji, Manas, and I'm sure if tomorrow if I'm going to text them that, hey, let's do this, they would be more than happy to be on board, right? So this is what we need to do. And this is what we are doing as a community builders. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share it with you. Last year, me and Ankur, we just met Dr. Jindal and Dr. Nancy, and before starting the India e-commerce show, which was in August 2022. So, the kind of support we got from both of these lovely people, and it really gave so much of confidence and so much of energy to us that we just went there and just give it a blast. And this time also, but this time we had more people coming along with us, and I'm sure next time it will be a bigger. So this is the kind of energy he's talking about, the community, the power of community. Yeah, of course. With you, it is becoming bigger every day. And this is what he actually told, like that was a theoretical one, and I have faced this thing practically in my life in last few months only. So I know the power of community, and really hats off to you, Dr. Jindal, and Dr. Nancy Juneja as well. So that was, Manas, I would like to know, like what are the parameters how do you measure the growth of a community? You are also building up a community. How do you measure, like what are the parameters on which you scale, like this is the scale of the community? What are those parameters? Can you please tell us?
So we are not actually measuring our success basically, because our success is associated with the founders who are in the community, their success. So, so as I mentioned, so far we are the community of 1,000+ founders, right? We invested in around 8+ startups, and 20+ startups are at a stage where they're raising their pre-seed and seed investments. Some of our invested startups are now going ahead for follow-up rounds. So this is something which we are saying that the whole soul community growth in terms of last 1.5 year, and like so far now, almost 150+ founders are associated in some of the working startups only, where they found ki shayad their ideas are not up to the mark, but they can actually add some decent values in other startups. So they joined them as a co-founder, as a co-team member there, and they are actually doing which they like, which is entrepreneurship.
What happened with their own startups?
So their own startups are somewhere like they found like this is not the right time, not the right place, maybe not come up with the right team members and etc. So, and majority of them are now booming up. So this is something which is growth. With this growth only, we are coming up with our $1.5 million fund, in which we are going to invest in agri-tech, mobility, as well as some startups who are at a stage in execution stage. So execution means early execution. So when we say early execution, we mean it. We do not we are not like those we are saying that yeah, we will invest in early stage, but then we look for some traction and some revenues. So we believe to select founders for investments with their execution. We do not look PPTs, founders background and pedigree. I am very open and blunt on this platform, but yeah, we do not look at it. This is something which makes us different from others, and our success as a community we have onboarded so far now. So this is something how we are measuring our success. The people who are associated with us, those are 50+ successful startup founders. And my definition with these successful startup founders are the founders who have established their startups in India with over 200+ team size and raised at least Series seed funding, and some of them are also unicorn. So those guys are even supporting us. Their early stage core team members are supporting our community, and community founders. This is something which how we are currently measuring the community part. Look, so I and Aditya, both we do not come from this community background, but yeah, we both come from startup background. We know and we did 0 to 1 and 1 to N. So we are just helping founders to do the same. That's it, nothing else.
You're doing a wonderful job, Manas. Really, thanks a lot. Now, Shruti, I would like to know why only D2C? I mean, why D2C?
Depending on online business, whose entire business is dependent on online and the survival itself is dependent on it. But the D2C terminology that time had evolved. I think it's from the community itself and it became D2C. I have my 16 years of experience working with brands, helping them in online journey. So that's where, you know, the expertise comes, and the other founder, Abhishek, has also come with the same experience. So that's why. I don't know, D2C is just a terminology. I think in future, it is going to evolve in retail, and it's going to be online first again, or maybe, you know, retail or online first, anything. I don't know, but right now the trending word is D2C, which everyone is using. Yeah.
I can, you know, relate with that, so that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Saurabh, I would like to know about the like what is the community-led growth? If we talk about community-led growth, and how we all can get benefit out of it.
So when I started with my coaching business in 2018, I understood one thing, that people hear a lot of things in this kind of a training setup, and after 2 days, neither the trainer knows them, neither the participant knows the trainer anymore. They have no space to talk again, because हमारी मैथ की टीचर बोलती थी प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो प्रॉब्लम आएगी, तो प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे तो प्रॉब्लम आएगी नहीं, प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी तो पूछोगे क्या. सो ट्रेनिंग में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आती, ट्रेनिंग सारी अच्छी होती है, एग्जाम सबका अच्छा होता है ना, रिजल्ट बेकार आता है, तो एग्जीक्यूशन में प्रॉब्लम आती है. सो आई क्रिएटेड अ सपोर्ट ग्रुप फॉर माई वर्कशॉप, and what happened from that, because of that support group, rather than me doing my marketing, people started doing my marketing, right? So if I have almost 150,000 followers on my LinkedIn,
Right.
that means I put one post on my LinkedIn every day, but I think apart from me, 10 people more do that, tag me somewhere that I did something good or they liked something about me. And that's why people who never met me, never know me, started liking me and trusting me, right? And I think this also happens to every brand when they really support their target audience beyond the product. And this is not after sales service, this is seva, hardcore. That I really want to help you out to try and understand how to optimize the use of my product. And even if you have a problem beyond that, come to us, we will help you that also. So that's where it started, right? So I think that is the community-led growth. Like ये term मेरे को अभी 4 दिन पहले पता लगा है कि उस चीज़ को community-led growth बोलते हैं. I said अच्छा ये तो हो चुका है. So मुझे terms नहीं पता, मैं ज़्यादा पढ़ा लिखा नहीं हूँ, मुझे काम करना आता है, right? Basic human psychology पे. तो I read psychology only, like how human behave in what matter. इसीलिए then we got into more into branding and thinking of ideas that people might love.
That's great.
I just wanted
Yeah,
to
please.
add, when you want to look at growth, the first thing is, in any community, you have to define your hero. If the hero is not there, the objective of creating a community is not there. Like in my case, in D2C Insider, the hero of the community is all D2C brands founders. Irrespective of investors, I'm sorry, enablers, vendors, you know, because, and this we have seen. We did an event casually, just say after COVID, and we said, यार इतना बड़ा community है, let's do an event and सबको एक साथ लेके आते हैं, कुछ तो कर लेंगे. And the kind of responses we got, we actually thought we should cancel it because it is going out of our hand. We did at a founder's farm, and we had to scale it at a very different level. We were thinking 100 log to aa jayenge, we ending up with 300 people in that event. And now doing another event, we are little scared because the standards are so high, and everyone has seen there were investors, there were enablers, and after that, all investors and enablers were after our life. Why are you building this community only for D2C brands? Why not us? And that's where we kind of opened it partially, where we've created different groups, started with North, East, West, South. We were houseful there. Then we created marketplaces, marketing, etc., where all these guys are there. So just saying, you have to define your hero of the community, and rest will follow of its own. If you are creating a community of students, just make sure your students are the hero of the community and your focus is not deviating from students. If that is there, then I think you are on a growth stage. That's what I believe.
That's great. Yeah.
Community-led growth. So Shruti created a enablers group in the morning, and his partner Abhishek shared that link. By evening, there were 1,000 people in the group within a day. Now that's community, because एक आदमी 1,000 लोगों के से बात नहीं कर सकता एक दिन में. That means there were 100 more people from the community sharing that one link. That okay, there is a new group, new problem will be solved. It was specially like Shopify group. Shopify का problem solve करेंगे. So it was within a day. I have seen that happening. So I think that is one thing I would say.
So the kind of confidence a community gives you, ये इस बात से पता चलता है कि when we initiated this idea, me and Ankur, when we initiated this India Startup Summit idea, we shared it with Saurabh. तो सौरभ ने बोला कि श्रुति को ले आते हैं तो 100 स्टार्टअप तो वैसे ही आ जाएंगे. द काइंड ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस ही हैड. So really, this is the kind of, I think this is the power which community gives you. And we, as Dr. Jindal also said, like we as entrepreneurs media, we are not a very old. We have just started this, but we have also tried our best to help the startup ecosystem. Like now also in the hall, if there are any startups here, just contact us. We are here. If you want to publish your articles, your stories in our media, we will always be there with you. This why I'm saying you is because when I started my business 20 years back, I am coming from a service family. My whole family, there's no one who has done a business, but I started my business 20 years back, and at that time I knew if somebody, अगर आपको थोड़ी सी भी कोई help करता है ना, वो help आपके लिए कितनी ज़्यादा powerful feel करती है, वो आज मुझे समझ में आता है. तो आज मैं अगर आपको ये बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर आपको किसी भी टाइप की हेल्प की ज़रूरत है, if you need any kind of help as far as media is concerned, we are here. You can contact me or Ankur, anybody. So we at Entrepreneurs Media will be definitely there to help you. And on that note, I really thank all the panelists out here, and thank you so much. And you've been a lovely audience. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So nice of you, Saurabh. So this indeed had been a wonderful, indeed a privilege and a pleasure for me to share the dais with Saurabh, Shruti ji and Manas, and obviously Kulpreet ji. And today we believe all of us are here till the end of the day. And before we leave, let's connect. Be it on a cup of coffee or lunch, or be it just standing together, chit-chatting even for, but let's connect, each one of us. Make sure we know each other, what we're doing. That is, let's create another community out of here. And also try to have intra-communities in your organizations also. Maybe a day in a month, have a casual approach, no hierarchies. Lot will come out of on that day, out of the box. You will realize how much more you can do. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I request you all to kindly please join us for one more moment on the stage. And indeed, communities are the next level networking platforms for all of us. I now request Mr. Ankur Sareen and Mr. Kulpreet Ahuja to felicitate all our panel speakers. And of course, the customary pictures are more important. Dr. Munish Jindal. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for them. Mr. Manas Pal, Mr. Sourabh Goyal, Ms. Shruti Agarwal. Let the applaud keep rolling. Thank you so much, everyone.